Hi, it's Pamela with another cell phone photography tip. Today we're going to talk about HDR mode. What is it, when to use it, and how to turn it off or on in your phone. HDR stands for high dynamic range. If you do not care what that means, feel free to skip ahead 30 seconds or so. Dynamic range is basically just the difference between the lightest lights and the darkest darks that you can capture within a photo. So this range is different for every camera, but in general, the range that you get from your cell phone is going to be a lot less than the dynamic range that you get for your fancy DSLR camera, such as this one. So if you are taking a picture of a scene that has a lot of really bright highlights, along with a lot of really dark darks that are beyond the normal dynamic range of the camera that you are using, whether it's your cell phone or your DSLR, the highlights tend to wash out while the darks become really big black blobs. And this is where using an HDR function can really help you. HDR mode allows you to take pictures beyond the normal range of your camera, and it does this by taking more than one picture. It actually takes at least 3 different versions of the same scene, a really bright picture, an averagely exposed picture, and a very dark picture. And then your camera layers them on top of each other using the best lit version of each part of the scene. This is why taking a picture in HDR mode actually takes a little bit longer than taking a regular photo. HDR photography is not ideal for every type of scene though. If your subject is moving, definitely skip it. If you want your photograph to include lots of really dark darks or lots of really bright brights, then definitely skip it. Honestly, I don't use it for portraits at all. However, if you are interested in taking a really great landscape photo, especially if you want to include the sky in your photograph, then HDR photography is a really great tool. And just as a bonus, your camera makes it really easy for you to use it. So here is what you do. Open up the camera on your phone, and you'll notice at the top of the screen is this little option. Now I'm using my iPhone 8. It's a little bit different with Android. It's not quite as straightforward. However, it's really easy to do and the concept is the same. But if you click on the HDR button, you will see that you have the option to select either auto, on, or off. In general, I leave this off, but when I'm ready to take an HDR photo, I will set it to on. And that is it. Once you're done taking your HDR photos, I do recommend that you set that HDR mode to off. Simply because you're going to save yourself some time and some space on your phone because you really don't use it for most situations anyway. So that's it. Feel free to message me with any other questions that you may have about that, or if there are any other questions about using your cell phone to take pictures that you would like to have answered, I would love to do another series specific to that. Thanks.